Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final words. Newcastle United 3, Everton 2. I honestly did not think I'd be saying those words even at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. I didn't think I'd be saying those words. We're joined by Dave.
Peace, Toffees.
As always, here to bring us some enlightenment. I like to feel.
Yeah. Let's wait and see though.
A torch in our darkness.
Let's wait and see though.
It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, isn't it? Or is it 1 step back, or is it like 7 back?
No. I haven't been in that ground yesterday. Barry just picked me up then, brought me down, we just kind of briefly went over it. When I walked out of that ground on Saturday, I had a cob on like I had at Millwall.
Yeah.
It was a prize cob on, what he had. Because rarely do we take a 2-0 lead away from home, anywhere. But now that I've calmed down about it, I've still got a cob on. That doesn't change, it's a Toffee thing. However, now that I processed it in my head and I went through the game itself, we were excellent. We were all the things we haven't been since the Liverpool defeat I'll go on to something in a minute, but since post-January it absolutely killed us. Christmas, the run up to Christmas, everything. We didn't look like we'd met each other until we got into the tunnel. Well, this wasn't that. They're not the greatest side in the world, so let's not be throwing it out as if we were fantastic. However, we were looking for incremental progress. So last week he set up to nullify possibly the best forward line in this league, at least one of 2 forward lines, and achieved it. This was an alternate performance. This wasn't that again, blanket 2 banks of 4. This was offensive, on the break, both sides of the pitch. Precisely what we've been crying out for. So when I give my opinion on the actual performance, no, Peter, we have to do it. Because if we're going to slag him,
like I've just said,
which we are going to do at the end of the season, he will get pelters for certain aspects of this season. But if we don't note the fact that he did say he was going to turn up against the big teams and has done so to date, not with any great success, but more than the previous fucking 4 or 5 managers have done before him, so we put that down as a flag in the floor. The other week he said we're going to start this with the derby and try and gain some momentum. So until 65, 69 minutes, that's exactly what I was seeing. The substitutions were chronic.
I think that's the main thing, isn't it? You're right what you're saying, and I take that into everything I said after the match. That's what makes it more frustrating,
absolutely,
isn't it?
tear me head out with
what
it.
Makes
that's the point.
That's the point, isn't
but
it?
At the same time, in my opinion, I'm just speaking for myself, I don't represent anybody else, it's just my opinion as a match going Toffee. It's a microcosm of our season. It's like we're operating in one of them Japanese houses where the walls are literally paper thin, and it looks sound as anything until fire, wind or a storm comes and it all starts blowing away. That's the point. We need foundations, boys.
No. I mean, what did you make of the team? Because a lot's been said of the Schneiderlin decision. Richarlison one, we both said in the preview that we wanted to see him in for Walcott, because I think he warranted the last half an hour. He warranted enough against Liverpool.
What, he did all right first half?
Gomez and I thought Gomez had a good game, to be fair. He just looked tired the last 15 minutes, but I can understand why he played him over Schneiderlin. But Schneiderlin had done well.
No, personally, for me, I can understand why he wants him for all the reasons Dave just said there. It was a team to go and beat. It was Newcastle away.
Yes.
We've won there the last couple of times we've played there. They're not a good side.
Yeah.
And that's where it worked, and that again. But like Dave just said, it's more to do with, football now. It's not about the 11 players on the pitch. It's about the squad. It's about 14 players on the day, and he got it spot on. But for me, more than once this season, well, more than half a dozen times I'd say so far with this manager, is when it actually come to changing the way we were playing because of what the opposition had done.
Yeah.
He massively failed. He failed, and that is a huge criticism that I would put on this manager, is that tactically, when he's asked to change decisions, whether it be during the season after what happened at Anfield and people sort of cottoning onto the way we're playing, or during a match, that's when he's short for me. That's when you've got to make a decision that you can take a stand back and go. That's what the best managers do. They take a 2-0 lead away from home and go, how am I just going to bore the rest of this game out. How am I going to get... I said it on Saturday, game management is such an important part of football.
Massive. I'll tell you something. I came on here, this very show, a little bit later in the year, last year, and we had this conversation about Silva. Mullen was here, and I was there, and I said, I don't even want him. I'm not sure about him, because I'm not sure he can adapt to things, change within a game. He's 40 years of age, our manager. To expect him to come in here and to start trading blows with some of them are new, not many though, and most of them are streetwise, and they know about holding out games, winning games away from home, winning games you had no right to win really when you haven't been the best side. That's all a learning curve. So when you're at a point, I'm not saying he's right, wrong or indifferent, I'm just saying from the club's perspective, having invested in a 40-year-old manager, you've got to factor it in, boys. It's like when you buy your kid a bike when he's a young'un, you're gonna have to factor in. He's gonna fucking fall on it for a few times before he learns how to ride it. That's what's happening, and that is the biggest manifestation of it, in my opinion. Those two things: substitutions and game management. When things go against us. Just before we go on, I don't know if you're going to mention it, but Gomez's fitness. This is the thing about Evertonians; they drive me nuts. I'm sorry, but I've got to say this. If we were to sack him tomorrow, we've got no idea who we want to replace him, nor how we're going to go about it, nor what we're going to play like when we get there. We've just been talking a few examples out there. We just want change. Well, that doesn't work. Also, what we've got to knock in the head is, say, take an example from this season, the Richarlison. First 10 games, best 50 million there's ever been spent. By the other side of Christmas, he's a fraud, he's shite, he can't play there, What we do is we get too high too quick, too low too quick. Perspective, gentlemen. Because until we get some perspective, all we'll ever be is reactive. 3 results will kill us or make us. For example, if we'd have held on Saturday, that would have been 3 consecutive away wins on the bounce. Tell me the last time we did that off the top of your head. No. See what I'm saying to you? We can't see the wood for the trees. If you'd appoint, I'll go back to my original point. If you'd appoint a 40-year-old manager, you have to look for genuine positives. You also have to be not harsh, but pragmatic in your criticism and say these have got to improve. These are really good. So now I'm going to give Marcel, he needs a counsellor, he needs a consigliere, if you're talking about Don Corleone, do you know, like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's all great institutions, they have that shit. They have the fella in charge and someone whispering in his ear saying, don't. He takes on his counsel and then makes the decision. We can't have just left them fucking sitting there with Duncan Ferguson.
I think the thing is, the game, thought we started really well. Thought we were in total control.
I agree.
But I thought they're doing what Newcastle will do every now and again. Hit one from 40 yards into the stand, throw crop.
There was no danger.
There was no real danger. We scored an absolutely brilliant goal. That just reminded me of Baines and Pienaar, by the way. Just that left side for me with them two.
It's getting better.
Just getting better. And when Bernard's at the pre-season next season,
lovely.
He's going to soar.
His touch is fantastic.
It's just out of this world. And Dean is just fantastic.
He's been
the delivery and credit where credit's due. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's run was brilliant.
Not just that, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is improving month by month.
Yeah, he is.
He is now. That kid 18 months ago was getting roared off saying it's embarrassing to have him there. Well, he's learned and he tries. And if you're going to grade our players at the end of the season, who's improved since last year? Some of these are internationals and they're really not improving. This kid puts it in, whether he gets any love for it or not. The running, he does.
Well, he did. The other week I was critical because he didn't run and I was fuming with him, but the weekend,
the running he does,
I thought he'd done well against Liverpool without getting any real change. Van Dijk was brilliant.
No, but also he peeled off and went on to Robertson and said to Dan Van Dijk, come on then, either come with me or mark the space. And Robertson, our goalie was kicking it out, he was flicking on and we were behind him. It was like rugby football, it was like playing for territory.
But at the weekend what he did better was he gave us options in behind, and he hit the goal was brilliant. And at that stage,
delighted for him back.
At that stage we were bouncing. We were comfortable, we were knocking it round. We'd have one moment where Zuma had switched off and they got him behind us and Pickford saved it. But then
No, but the
can't
goalie, the penalty.
Got to talk about the goalkeeper.
No,
because
absolutely.
for that penalty.
But see that was another example. You just spoke, these just said it there. We were coasting. And from no danger whatsoever, soft shite, flaps that one, and then does... No, I'm sorry.
No, what I was going to say is...
You cannot go to grounds like that and the engaging with the fans.
No,
Did it at Anfield.
we'll save that. Save that. But what I couldn't understand what that moment was, he'd already punched a couple, right? And they weren't great punches, but he'd obviously chose, I don't know when.
Yeah, got one to the edge of the area.
Might have been windy, whatever. He punched one.
It was windy, very windy.
The lads had to head it over the top of him. He'd already done that twice. So he'd already made his mind up that that's what he was doing. So then he comes to do just a normal, everyday catch, makes an absolute mess of it, takes the lad out.
That was the second part. It was let's go. If you're gonna do, don't say. Well, if you just send him off, then where are we?
I think when you looked at it, and there's been debate on Twitter. People have told me I'm wrong. I've read the rules. I don't think I'm wrong with reading the rules.
About sending off?
About sending off, because where Zuma was and where our other play was, he wasn't the last man.
Yeah.
I think Lee Mason's positioning ain't great because it looks like Pickford's gone for the ball, but he hasn't. But if he does, like you've just said, if he just punches the ball, there's no danger. He punches it goes out the box, the danger's gone.
But honest to God, he'd been at it with them.
Yeah, well,
he'd been at it with them before the game. He'd been at it.
He loves it, doesn't he?
And I'm sorry, I came on here the last time Mullen said they need to sack them videos. They need to all that selfies in the thingy. Because when I'm coming out of the grounds like that at Millwall on Saturday, that's the last thing any Toffee wants to be talking about is yous taking fucking videos in the thingy. Do you want you to win games? And him about the rave on, this get the rave on thing. Get the rave.
We'll come back to him because we've got a proper. I want a proper.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
It's symptomatic. So from nowhere, panic
they
sets
get a penalty immediately.
We start doubting ourselves now.
Well, they get a penalty. Listen, he saves it. It's a good save. It's a good save.
It is.
We go down the other end, and before you know it, it's 2-0. Gomez does what we haven't really seen him do that much this season. Strength and power. Pulls one back. Keeper parries it, and Richarlison's on hand to make it 2-0. And you're just thinking, this is brilliant. We've got them exactly where we want. We've got the crowd riled up to the point. We've got their players are more likely to make mistakes than ours as long as we keep our head. We got in at half time 2-0 and everything's great, and you're just thinking, lads, just come out second half and just do the basics.
What did you make of the Sigurdsson penalty?
I was just about to say that.
Silva's still adamant today it was a penalty.
Well, he will be.
I've seen it twice. The Luca Dean one in the second half, a Stonewall penalty for me. It's a Stonewall, 100%. There's not even a debate. It's a penalty. The Sigurdsson one, I'm just not sure. I thought he went down a bit.
We're down the other end, so you've got no perspective.
He went down a bit.
I didn't think it was at the time. I didn't think it was.
We couldn't joke with it, like, to be honest with you.
But he, it's 2-0 up, and at half time, you're sitting there going, all right, we're at a club, against a team that doesn't score a lot of goals because they don't. They're less than like one. If you do the expected goals, they were on about 0.79 a game, so it's less than one a game.
We don't concede that many goals.
No.
That's what makes it worse. Is you're 2-0 up and you're thinking, well, we don't concede that many goals. I think the last team to put 3 past us or more would be Spurs, wouldn't it?
Millwall and Spurs.
In the Premier League. City the week before, and apart from that,
and West Ham. That's it. There's only
we don't concede loads of goals. So you're thinking, come out second half, just
keep them at
bay. You know that they're going to have a little go at you, so try and hit them on the counter, suck them in, and try and hit them on the counter attack.
It wasn't just that. Exactly what you just said then. But starting that second half, I thought we were going to get 2 more.
Oh, definitely.
I said to Charlie, what? We're in here. We're. Because it wasn't just we'd had other chances. It wasn't just we buried the only 2 chances we've had. Both sides of the pitch were getting in. Calvert-Lewin was they didn't know whether it was arsehole or breakfast time with him. He was going one side, then he was going the other. There's holes through the middle. There's the full-backs were coming up in support. Basically, you've got 6 men in their last third of their field. So I weren't looking at them getting 2 goals, conceding 2 goals. Even if we did, I thought we'd score 2 more. That's what I'm saying about Pickford. I'm not trying to pick on Pickford, but it's really
symptomatic.
It is absolutely symptomatic. But the stage of our development is crucial. If those things happened in another 18, 20 months, we'd have a collective mindset, be able to adapt to it and deal with it. Right now, it literally is back to the Japanese house with the paper thin walls. any kind of seismic event brings the building down.
And you're absolutely right. But you're talking about, you said it before, game management, right? I'm sat there watching a game. John Joe Kenny stumped the place out. Absolutely. Or his worst, I go as far as saying, he comfortably his worst ever Everton display in the first team. He was horrendous, right? And you can blame it on, he just got told 10 minutes before the game he was playing.
He did.
That's fine. It's difficult to, as a kid and a lad who's not experienced, to come in. So your manager helps there. So what happens, 10 minutes into the second half, we've kept them a bit like that. They had a couple of crosses by Matt Ritchie, which we defended well. That was it, right? The shooting from 40 yards that are hitting, going out the ground and all that nonsense. But that kid is still not on the game after 55 minutes. There's a ball down the line, he drags the lad down, gets booked. They have a half chance. Then, there's a long, aimless ball through, right? He shoves Rondon in the back when he's the last man. It's just that Rondon thinks, I'm in to score a goal here. I'm not going down. Carries on, lifts it over Pickford, it goes wide. Pickford's pulling tongues at the fans and all that nonsense. At that moment, the manager has to go, he's getting destroyed. He's on a booking. This crowd don't need anything to get on the back. The referee, who's Lee Mason, who doesn't really like us anyway, he should have gone. He should have either gone, Tom Davis, go and play right back for me, kid. Get hold of the ball because you're a good footballer. Or he could have gone, Yerry Mina, go centre back, Kurt Zouma, go and play it right back. Because
deal with the threat.
Yeah, they're coming into us here, and it's down that side.
Pace of the lads.
And he didn't. He left it.
You bring Snartland on there. You're saying, right, we're going to get hold of this game in midfield. Because that's where everything's won and lost.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, well, we're going to cut it off at the source. That's what I was talking about the first goal with Bernard. I look, you've got to go back to the source and go, where did it start from? For me there, if we get hold of that midfield at 2-1 and just get hold of it and clamp it down and say, and Snarland just gets the ball and does what he always is. Snarland's pass completion is something like 95% every game.
That's all he does.
He goes bump. He becomes a filter for
the water carrier.
Yeah, he becomes the brick wall for everybody else. He keeps the ball. But all you've done then by bringing him on, say, well, we're going to keep allowing you to pump the ball and get it forward, but we're going to deal with it. But then that's on Mina then. And all I seen when Mina come on, every time he went for a header, the lad in front of him just leant forward. Yeah. And Mina looks like he's fouled him because he's coming right over the top.
He just looks like an accident waiting to happen to me. I've seen him playing various times in various games. And he seems a nice fella, but just at this league...
He hasn't got the grip.
He needs 10 games on the run.
He needs 10 games on the run.
Can't play 2 and miss 8. But if you put Snidland in there, right? If you put Snidland in it, what Everton didn't do, right? What Everton did not do when it went 2-1, right, which they done early on in the game, was pick the second ball up. So when Michael Keane's winning headers,
I scream
right, or Zuma is winning a header, Newcastle was picking it up. So that was going away from us, and Gomez was starting to lose his fitness, and Garner wasn't as effective. He blows out of his arse in 70 minutes, Gomez. Well, again, let's say that out loud. Again, no I know. So if Snidland comes in there, you get someone who's onto the second ball, right, and then you can turn them and lash it. And that's where I think Silva made a mistake. The goal, the equalising goal, Almiron picks it, we clear it, we head it away, Almiron gets onto it, and Mina, the first job as a defender is go and engage the ball.
I know.
Go and engage the ball, because if he steps forward 2 yards, Almiron either hits it into the back row of the Gallagate or he passes it. And Mina backs off and opens the space, and like you said, he hits a shot that doesn't really move in the air. He makes
out like, look at his feet, when he hits he goes like that with his feet as if it's gone like that, no, like the banana.
No way, went straight
You're a blagger,
so why doesn't he go over a bar or away from goal?
Yeah, or catch the fucking thing. How's about that with the gloves on? How's about just catch the fucking ball? I don't know.
Well, he tried that in the first half, Dave.
Dude.
Well, even now you just do that. If you do that, you put the power.
My half fella just said to you, see, every time you do that, every third time you do that, someone's going to score. So if you catch the fucking ball, they might do it maybe 3 times, twice a season. But you keep doing that on running players, with yours going the opposite direction, they're going to start putting the ball in your net, lad. And as a methodology of going forward, it's a law of ever diminishing returns, because they know you're going to do it. Well, so they have 2 running on you.
I think this is a good time to talk about Pickford. That goal for me is symptomatic of he's not concentrating on the game.
No.
Because if he was concentrating on the game, he would be able to see, because where the ball's coming from, what he needs to do, how he's going to react to it, whether he just tips it over the bar, whether he pushes it, whether he tries to catch it within his chest.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's all over the place says to me that he's not watching, he's not concentrating,
I don't
he's not
think it's that.
paying attention. And I think that, for me, this is symptomatic of the whole day he had. And you've said it yourself, and we've seen it at the end of the game. He's away with the fear. He's concentrating on.
He's made his own mind up.
Yeah.
Before we went out onto the pitch to engage with these fans, he did the same at Anfield. He made an independent, unilateral decision to take them on, and got his arse kicked 2 times. 2 times it's happened. That one at Anfield nearly cost our manager his job. It literally, that's how it was. Touch and go. After Millwall, if we'd have had 2 more defeats and then going into the red shite and got another hiding, he was off your pop. And we that was the best performance at Anfield in maybe 15, 20 years. And just him being Charlie Potatoes threw it out the window. He didn't learn from it. He hasn't learned from
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
And the World Cup spillover of the thing and get the rave on. I'll get the fucking rave on and put it right up your ass, mister. I'm sorry. I'm the one who lives my life around it. He's going to go and be in Mykonos again.
Well,
with his mate taking videos on his phone, and I'm going to be the one doing the hard graft. So if you're going to ask me, I'm going to tell you it's not good enough.
When he was
and that's a 40-year-old manager too. Alex Ferguson would have got it and thrown his phone right out the window and said, extra training for you, mister, is and all that.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? You've seen the video of him after the game, and he's walking off giving it the bit. And it's like
fucking Ariana Grande.
You're a prick, lad.
Yeah.
You are a prick.
Yeah.
You're a brain dead prick.
And you're acting. You just it's petulant.
Why
it's 12-year-old chat? You fucked up. The reason they're on your case is you brought it to them and then dropped the bollock, 2 bollocks, in fact.
Why is
and
he
now
laughing?
they're giving it to you.
Why is he laughing?
No, he's trying to say you don't get to me.
Yeah,
well, it fucking gets to me.
I said to
it gets to
Joe
me.
watched the video again before, because when I first seen it, right, I thought that was half time.
No.
And we're winning 2-0 and he's had a bit of stick. Then I seen Benitez shaking hands with him, and I was like, it's full time. All he had to do, right, if that was me and I was in goal and I'd made 2 horrendous mistakes like he did for the first 2 goals and cost my team the game, which he did, I'd have gone to the Everton fans there and I'd have gone like that, right, and I'd have walked off with
like
my
that,
head. We'd have probably missed it, we'd have probably tried to clap it, but my head would have been down walking off that pitch, because I'd have thought, well, I've tried to be Billy Big Balls here and I've made myself look like a
But you haven't factored in the footballer's ego. I like this kid. I like him, I supported him signing him, I like him, but really, I'm trying to reiterate to you, Evertonians, the players, the fans, and the people running the club literally have got 0 memory. That's the last time in the West, like I said to you the last time, these videos, these all feel good factored in Finch Farm when we've just been wellied by Millwall. Somebody needs to take charge, and the same with him, and say, we don't care what you do with your life outside, but here now, you really do need. He's England's fucking #1 goalkeeper, and he's at that shite there. It's not good enough. If it had been Michael Keane, everyone had been like, sack him tomorrow, the worst player ever. Well, no, let's direct that in, because it was individual and it was premeditated.
There it was.
He knew what he was doing when he done
that
it.
Game.
So therefore, he's got to get his ass kicked.
He's given a penalty away because he's lack of concentration.
Yeah.
He's cost us a goal.
Yeah.
The first goal, people might think I'm being harsh, it went under his body.
I saw it.
It's bad goal.
I saw it.
Because I destroyed the other little arms fella who played for the Red Shite the other week. When he let 3 in against Palace and all 3 were straight at him. Yeah. You know what I mean? Bad goalkeeper. So I'm not going to defend. I'm not going to defend our goalie when he does the same. The second goal was embarrassing. He should have punched that away or over, made a decision, and he didn't. But acting the bollocks, when Rondon flicks that one wide and he's running over, laughing, pulling like tongues. Mate, you know, if you keep a clean sheet and we win 2-0, walk off the pitch, and if you want to give it to them lads when you've delivered, fine. I had no problem last season when we beat Newcastle at home and they were giving him pelters, and at the end he was like that to them.
Do you know what, though, right?
But not during the game.
And also, you're not a fucking Sunderland player. You are not a Sunderland player. And you are not a Sunderland fan.
Does man
you are an Everton.
Doesn't matter what Fellaini do it. When he plays Man United and Liverpool, he doesn't bounce in front of them going, he just turns around and says, don't fucking play for them no more.
You're a fucking Everton player.
He's a Sunderland fan.
No, he's not though. He's not a Sunderland fan. He's a professional footballer.
But he's a Sunderland fan.
Well, he's not though.
Okay, but that's not really relevant.
But he is a Sunderland fan.
It doesn't say that on his way. I'm not slagging him. If it was me, I'd probably do the same. However,
right, hang on.
That's the last thing on the...
Wayne Rooney scored the winner for United against Liverpool at the Kop years ago. And he ran to the Kop. Someone threw a phone at his head. But he ran to the Kop because he's never Evertonian.
Yeah.
Right, so that's fair enough. If that's the way it is and you're a fan. If I play for Sunderland...
But
against Liverpool, I'd be like that.
So when Liverpool wellied Man United 3-0, the next year when Wayne Rooney was playing, did Wayne Rooney run to the Kop that day? Because that's what's just happened here.
No, I know.
Jordan Pickford hasn't won the game like Wayne Rooney did at the top end.
What have I just said?
So then
but
that's
also though,
set.
if he'd saved the pen, right,
and won the game,
dickhead rash decisions,
yeah.
then 2 shots parried them, and we win 2-0. I've got zero issue with him. Zero issue with him pulling his top up, giving it all that. Get the rave on.
Issue with it,
no, but if that's what he is. But where I've got an issue is he's playing in a game with an Everton badge on his kit. He's our goalie. He's well paid.
Yeah.
Right? And he's engaging with fans for no reason other than because he's been a Sunderland player and he wants to make him play brilliant and then walk off with, don't even go like that to them, walk off with a big smile on your face and just go.
He wasn't a Sunderland fan at Liverpool. He engaged with them.
No.
So that excuse is right. It speaks more to the fact that it's part of his personality. It's not really relevant to who he supports or where he's playing. Yeah. If he fancies having it with you on the day, irrespective of his teammates, the fans who've travelled, his manager, or the people who pay his fucking wages, he's going to do it because he wants to do it. End of
maybe
story.
Everton need to.
It's not good enough.
Maybe Everton need to bring in a tougher goalkeeping coach or
Everton just needs to have toughness. We need it's not toughness, but firm but fair. We need to have firm but fair, and you need to know the gaffer. He'd let them have a bevy, but he fucking knew how far to go, and nobody ever stepped out of line there because they self-policed. You see, that was the thing.
They don't now.
They self-policed.
For me, Pickford, I've seen it from day one. I've seen it in his first away game when we played Man City, and I said it on a video straight after. Little things in his game, like he's obviously left-footed, but he tries to do boss kicks with his right foot.
I know.
I remember on day one going,
why would you do that?
Why are you doing that? Why do you think? Why are you so cocky that you feel like?
I was just trying to say, look what I can do.
And I've seen this creep into his game, where it's just like, as he's been getting built up, as he's the England #1, as he's saving penalties and become this big I am. Fine, that's great, but you've got to have that other side to you where it doesn't affect it.
Because it's not just that, he's not in rap battle. He's playing fucking football in a collective team game. He's not in rap battle. That's what it's like. It's like Fortnite. That's what they spend the fucking time all day on it, and it becomes that belligerent mentality, that bipartisan me against you thing, and I'm in your face all the time. No, lads, this is you'll have a game plan, a collective game plan, individual and collective game plan, and you stick to that until you're manager. And when you're a manager, you design the game plan, and now you're playing Fortnite. Actually,
if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd have walked out that ground going, job done.
Yeah.
We did our job.
We
did our job. How many times did we say about...
I don't even think they did that much.
No, but if you were a Newcastle fan, that's how you'd feel. How many times did we play... How many times did, when we played Man United and Rooney, we wound Rooney up to the point where Ferguson did stop playing him. Stop playing him. Because we'd done our job as a fan. We didn't have to do much. But you watched just like you watched them start to explode. Whereas when Wayne Rooney went to Anfield, it didn't happen as much. They couldn't get to him.
Yeah, no. And didn't they? If
I was a Newcastle fan, I'd just be thinking, done our job, mate. Yeah, we had him because we got him to play the game.
No, I know, but that tells me that these aren't that good. This is not about Newcastle United, their fans or their team. It's about I'm going to give you the thing I said to you before. We've got a memory of a goldfish. We're looking to... So just say everything goes fine this season. We get to next this, we'll be saying Europe. Well, I'm now going to say, rewind to here, this week, post-Newcastle. Don't you think everybody else is going to try and entice him. Every level we go up. So now the point isn't about them; it's about him. And
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No, but it's if you're going to grade Silva on the end of the season,
you need to get off the Silva thing.
I'm going to grade
not asked
this
about
goalkeeper.
Silva.
This goalkeeper, who was, I've just told you I like him. I don't try and, I rarely try and pick on individuals because it's a fucking team game and he can pull you out and put you in it.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be all of them or not at all. So what I'm saying to you is, this goalkeeper who won all the plaudits last year actually nearly derailed our season. He hadn't learned from it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The biggest, honest to God, that's the scary
I have got a long
aspect to
memory,
me.
that's what I'm saying.
Because it nearly sunk the ship. His hubris at Anfield in the 96th minute not only cost us a horrendous experience for Evertonians, it literally nearly derailed the whole project.
It did derail the project.
So I'm saying to you, to then get this time into it, a little bit of momentum, and to throw that back in the mix, it's insane.
You have to get to a certain
insane
point with every player and say, where are you and where are you going? The kid was 25 last week, right? Okay, I'm not saying he's old, but goalkeepers seem to be getting younger. This thing of goalies get better with age, that's gone now. Because it has. You look at the average age of the goalkeepers now. Because they have to be so agile now.
True, but they also wanted investing in them for 15 years.
But what I was going to say is, though, you have goalkeepers that when they start, they have promise and everyone goes, he's going to be great in. And then they get to a certain point where you go,
that's old out. Yeah,
look at Richard Wright. Is the biggest one for us. Look at what's his name at Southampton? Fraser Forster. Everyone calls him going to be the next big thing. Butland is going a little bit like that now.
Butland's gone.
Everyone was.
Butland's gone.
Stayed there, and he's on.
Yeah. You get to that point where it's like, are you going to be a great goalkeeper? Pickford for me now is right on that level now, where it's up to him. If he wants to be this fucking get the rate, mate, I'm open having a kid. We'll just go.
No, that's fair.
Real life is going to hit you now. But he can. It's unprofessional. That's unprofessional.
It's not just that. It's really not sending. Fans are great when they're winning. They put up with anything. And when they're not, they're hypercritical. That just as an exercise in public relations is the way. It's the Titanic of public relations, and he doesn't seem to learn. It's not just one incident. This is 10 times it's been get the rave on. Or it's like, get over yourself already and start being a footballer. We want fucking Drake to be in goal for me. I'll go and sign Drake because our fella's got a few quid. I don't want him. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
But that's where
joking there now.
But that's where the club have to start asking the question. Saying, what?
That's the list at the end of the year.
Is he now? I think he's conceded more goals again in the Premier this season from individual mistakes than any other player, and I think he was the top on that list. How can you as a club go? That's not progression.
By the way, the first one he'd ever made, or it might have been the second one he'd ever made, which led to a goal, was Liverpool. He's done it about 6 times since. Genuine fact. I'm not a stats man by no means. I watch what I see on the pitch, and I don't really care about paper, but it's a trend. If it was a sociologist looking at it, it was KCB, and you didn't know what it was talking about, you'd say it's a trend.
Your best players learn. That's why they become the best players. Right? So he's got to now go away from this. He's got to turn up Sunday against Chelsea and be impeccable because he's got to be. That's the way it is now. It's the reaction from the next game.
But he's got it in his locker. It's not like the kid
can't
play.
But he has to this, and I hope someone from the club, the manager, Marcel Brands, whoever, just goes, Jordan, listen, that doesn't happen here, kid. You've done that Saturday. You've ended up throwing 2 in your net. We lost the game after the game was practically won. Imagine Everton, imagine us sat at Goodison on Sunday 2-0 down with 26 minutes to go. You'd be thinking, just keep this at 2-0.
I know.
You wouldn't be thinking, we'll win this. And even if he got one, you wouldn't be going, we'll win this now. Because they'd probably carry on.
No, but you'd expect them to manage the game. They've still got 3 substitutions.
Of course.
Every move you can make, they can block
they
it.
Can counter
it's that's all it is.
Well, let's talk about.
Let me just say one more thing on the Pickford thing. Well, two things. Number one, I can't even remember my second thing now. But number one, if you've seen Pickford doing something like unprofessional behaviour that wasn't on the pitch, you'd look at him and go, he needs to be dropped. Let's say if he were playing on a Saturday and they found him out on the air on the 13th, and you go, he'd be dropped on that. That level of professionalism on Saturday, to me, If we had another keeper, I'd be looking at him going, I'd bring the other keeper.
It is
because
equivalent.
it was so unprofessional.
I agree, but I don't think it was. He did it out of disrespect. I just think he has himself. I just think that whole England squad, that whole experience, from the thing with the media and the Raheem Sterling thing and the everyone's against us thing and getting together, they just went like that. Fuck you, I don't care what you say anymore. And it's spilled over now into our season. And what it is, he doesn't play for Man City. And we've got other. Raheem Sterling can get away with it because the other players in the team, even if he doesn't, will pull him out of it. Our goalie is under a crazy spotlight, and until he did that this season at Anfield, I'm sorry to keep harping on about it. I'd said at the start I wasn't going to pick on individuals, but that single incident was absolutely crucial to how this season panned out. We were playing as well as we had since Roberto Martinez's first season. Generally, we had threat all over the park. We had left and right side. People were scoring goals, and the midfield both looked tidy in possession and also locked down when people are going at it. The back four looked to have solved its problems, and within 24 hours, it was back to the fucking ship sinking again. So it therefore is a relevant factor for the management and above.
What I would say as well is, and we mightn't see it because we watch the team every week, but I think fans of other clubs think he's a clown. Like, I genuinely think he's a terrible goalkeeper. They genuinely do.
I don't agree with them.
No, I don't. But fans of other clubs think he's a clown. No. They wonder why we put up.
I spoke to a couple of Newcastle fans yesterday, and a couple of them were like, "He gave us the game." They were like, "What? He's a good goalie, but what's he?" He said, "Is that?" A couple of them said the same thing. His attitude's terrible.
It is.
So he basically gave us a lifeline in that game and used with him total control.
And what I worry about is how the effect that has on other players. Whereas players
say that never the other day. It was like rabbits in the headlights. They knew what was going.
No, players will start looking at him going, "We can't trust you anymore."
No, you can tell they can't trust.
We can't trust your attitude, and that's the big when that relationship breaks down between the goalkeeper and the defenders, you're finished.
So he's got to be very careful now, I think, going forward. He's got to be.
My brother Mullen usually sits here and I sit there. He's unavailable for selection tonight due to various issues. But I'm saying,
broke his tooth.
Big love. He's not just that. He's here too. He's got that. And the other thing, he's unavailable for selection. However, he normally sits here. Big love to my brother Mullen.
There you go.
I'm done.
Finish it.
What a way to end.
It's better than the depression note we were on. Come on.
Is it May yet?
Come on. That was one of the questions, which isn't really... Well, it is, I suppose. No, it isn't. It's March. Finish it.
There you go. There you go. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Big thanks to Dave.
Peace.
For coming in. It's been an experience. We'll see you later.
Peace.